Hey, David Breslow back here with you once again. In today's mental golf training tip, I want to talk to you about an interesting thing we call fear. Now, many golfers I've talked to across the world have told me at one point or another they have fear over a particular shot or fear of playing a particular person or a particular course. And if you're listening to this video, you've probably experienced some fear too. But let me give you a little bit of my point of view on fear. It's a little bit different than most. Because what I often hear is, for example, I'll talk to a golfer and they'll say, well, I have a lot of fear on a par 3 of hitting over water. And I'll ask what generally happens. And they'll say, well, quite often I either don't take a really good golf swing or my ball lands in the water. Exactly what I fear. Okay. Now there's a lot of information about fear. There's a lot of cute little acronyms, future expectations appearing real, things like that, which are all great. They're cool, they make sense, and they work. But I have something I think is more impactful when it comes to fear. Because here's what I found about fear. What's interesting is that most golfers, when they tell me what happens when they're fearful, that what they're fearful about is something they actually do very well. So, for example, again, if a golfer says to me, gee, I fear hitting a bad shot or I fear making a mistake of some kind, what generally happens is they make that mistake, and they've made that mistake many, many times over the course of their golf career. So my question is, how can you be fearful about something you actually do so well and you're actually really good at? I hit the ball in the water a lot over a par 3, Dave. Okay, so what are you fearful of? You do it all the time. This is what's interesting about fear. If you have never gone skydiving before, parachuting, and you told me you were going to go do that this afternoon or today sometime, and that you had fear over that, I'd say, hey, great. I'd be fearful of that too. I've never done it before either. Something I actually want to do, but I've never done it before, and I'm sure I would experience some fear before I went and did it. Now, I've never done it. That's why I have some fear. But if you're used to making mistakes, if you're used to hitting the ball in the water, if you're used to experiencing the very thing that you say you're fearful of, my question to you is, how can you experience fear when you do something so often and you do it really well? You're actually really good at it. You're kind of good at screwing up. And when I say that to golfers, they kind of look at me and go, I never really thought of it that way. Well, think about it. How can you be afraid of doing something you really do so well? You're really not afraid. So here's the deal. Next time you feel any kind of fear on the golf course, or anywhere else for that matter, this is a life tool as well. Anytime you feel yourself experiencing any kind of fear, here's what I'd like you to do. Ask yourself this question. What is it I'm really excited about right now? Because here's the thing with fear. Forget the cute acronyms and all that other stuff and the psychobabble all related to it and where it comes from and this and that and the other thing. It's very simple. Break it down. We have mismetabolized fear. Because every time you're feeling fear about something, you're also feeling excitement because there's an opportunity for you to do something. But we have mismetabolized that internally and turned that into fear. But the truth is, we're excited. So every time you're about to feel fear about anything, anywhere, on the golf course or off, ask yourself this question. What am I excited about right now? What's the opportunity that I'm excited about right now? Because when you ask that question, what immediately happens is your mind goes off on a different track. Immediately goes off on a different track. The fear is pushed back because it's no longer the area of focus, because the area of focus is now, what am I excited about right now? So in the par 3 example, hitting the ball over water, what I'm excited about is, hey, the opportunity to break a barrier. I'm excited about the opportunity to hit this shot and land it on the green. I'm excited about the opportunity to hit this ball close to the hole. There's all sorts of things you can be excited about in any situation. Doesn't matter what it is. Whether it's bunkers, whether it's trouble on the course, whether it's first tee jitters, doesn't matter what it is. Wherever you experience fear, immediately, as soon as you notice it, ask the question, what is it I'm excited about right now? What's the opportunity I'm really excited about? And I think when you ask that question, if you're like a lot of golfers I know, your mind will go off on this new track and everything will be different. Your thinking will be different, the way you feel will be different, and what you do physically will be different. So try this next time you experience any fear. I think you're really going to like the results. Dave Breslow, glad to be back with you again. As always, leave me a note in cyberspace. Would love to chat with you. And you're welcome to visit www.mentalgolfcoaching.com. Would love to see you over there as well. Get some free stuff as well when you visit. Thank you. Talk to you soon.